style.
Tasha, why are you here? How did you become an artist?
When I was in my first band, 20 something years ago, we were looking at different ways of communicating the music visually. And I found this really incredible photograph of a couple sprawled on a canvas, just entwined and covered in paint. And that was the idea. And that stuck with me quietly in the back of my mind. And I decided to try it out myself. And here I am now.
Wow. Have you still got your first ever painting?
I sold my first painting. I got very lucky with a group of 9 pictures that were up in a hotel, and the lady loved them so much. When I said I have to take them down to try to sell them, she asked if she could keep them, blah, blah, blah. She fell in love with them. So I did, I sold it, yeah.
Fantastic. And so how long have you been a musician?
I've been a musician ever since I was born. I came out playing the triangle, and then the flute, then the recorder, then the drums, piano. Everything badly enough to construct a tune myself, but I really dug deep and started playing when I was 20 years old, so not that long really. But now I'm drumming.
Okay.
I love it.
Well, that's in the family, isn't it?
It is. It's something that I try to avoid entirely, but now I'm 40 and I don't give a damn, and I just want to play, and it seems the genes are strong because I can play, I can just play. It's a joy. Yeah.
So that's the 3rd generation of Starkey drummer.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Not successful, but living room drumming. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever played music with your granddad?
I have.
Have you?
I have, and Peter Gilmore and Joe Walsh. We were at Christmas lunch, and there was a big band set up in the corner of the room, and it was 4:00. Everyone had eaten their roasts, and it was time to play. And my granddad was like, "You get up here now." And they were like, "Long tall Sally and A." And Joe Walsh looked at me, and I just had to go for it. And it was probably one of the most terrifying and incredible memories that I have. Yeah, it was great.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so do you think there's a nice synergy between music and artwork?
I do. I think everything that I've made has been based around music that I'm making myself, my own music, music I'm listening to. I tend to channel that and pass it down onto the canvas with the way that I'm feeling, because you know how we choose music according to how we feel, and you can't see it, you can't touch it, but I feel like now now I can, because I've transferred it across to the canvas.
It's like a 4th dimension.
Yes.
And so do you listen to music while you paint?
I do. It's just specific artists. I tend to, I have them on, and an urge will come to make something, and either I have the capacity to do that, or I don't. And when I do, I just really go for it. Also, when I'm making my own music, I tend to juggle the two. They go hand in hand. So I'll paint, and then when I take a break from painting, because my brain is a bit scattered, I'll go and I'll make a bit of music, and I'll juggle the two. I'll go back and forth, and I just find it's a nice balance.
Do you feel that you have to be in a certain mood to create, or will you be creative irrespective of the mood that you're in, and let that translate to your piece, if that makes sense?
I think it goes either way. I think you can feel, severe devastation and heartbreak, and suddenly find yourself, covered in paint, and, you've made 4 really incredible pieces. And it's almost like a dissociation, or again, channeling a download. Or you can just sort of have it in the back of your mind, that you've got the day, and you could make something if you wanted to, but it's not that, it's not that driving force of emotion or lust or whatever it is. And then again, you'll find yourself suddenly making art. You've done a whole nother piece again. And it's quite an instant dopamine hit, this art, because it's quite immediate after I've, laid the foundations to do it. When I press my body onto the canvas with the feeling that I'm feeling, it's like instant gratification or instant dopamine. It's like rah, because the colors are so vibrant and the textures, or maybe it doesn't work and it doesn't give you that feeling. But what I quite like is everything that I'm sharing with everybody else gives me that sort of instant feeling. Whatever that is for you, it's going to be different for everybody, I know, but I like that instant dopamine.
Well, your pieces are very emotive, and that really comes across in your process. But what about the cleanup operation? Like, that must be like, do you put plastic down on the floor, or?
I do, but sometimes I gently wipe past the radiator and it's hot pink, green, orange, gold, and yellow, and I wouldn't like to see my pipes. Because sometimes the water is not draining properly anymore. As of this morning, I noticed,
Okay.
this has got to be clogged with acrylic paint. And I'm trying to sell my home, and it is, there are little patches all over the place, and the kitchen floor's like a splat, like Jackson Pollock, I've just given up at this stage.
I think you just paint the whole house.
That would be a dream. Yes.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Tatia, for giving us a detailed insight.
Thank you for having me.
Yay.